Guys, it's almost 11 a.m. You are sort of the early morning adopters. Give yourselves a round of applause right now. I am TJ Miller. I'm your host for the entire day. I'm really excited to be here. I am an OG Bitcoiner as well. So it's important to me to see all of you in this space being together because all of us were told that we were crazy for years, and now fuck those people. So I'd like to introduce somebody really important in the space from mempool.space. Let's start clapping right now. Come on. Let's start clapping, everybody. Please welcome Wiz.
Hello, Nashville. My name is Wiz. I'm CEO of Mempool Space and the co-founder of the Mempool Open Source Project. I've got a few minutes today to tell you about our project and what we've been working on over the past 5 years or so. So the talk's called Layer 2 Mempools, but it's more about everything we've been working on over the past 5 years. Let me get a quick show of hands. Who uses Mempool Space or who's familiar with the project? Love you guys. Thank you. Yeah, so in case you're not familiar with the project, started in 2018 by Soft Simon, my co-founder. And this time it was kind of in the aftermath of the so-called block space wars. And this is a screenshot from Pierre Rochard talking about the first mempool space. I think the block height here is about 548,000. And Soft Simon had the genius idea to implement the mempool as a bunch of projected blocks so that you could achieve real-time transaction tracking. This was a really genius idea, just visualizing the mempool as sliced up blocks, what's going to come next. And so you can find your transaction ID and see where it is in that mempool. It's very simple, and it's something we use all the time now, but at this time, the mempool was empty, and nobody really cared or noticed except me and Soft Simon. So I reached out to him on Twitter. I said, hey, Simon, you want to partner up and make an open source project out of this? And he said, yeah, sure. So let's make some ground rules, Bitcoin only, no shit coins, no advertising, no KYC, keep it all free open source software. And the next day we had a GitHub account. And the Mempool Open Source Project was born in 2019. So at that time, when the mempool was completely empty, you could always just use 1 sat per VByte. You could pretty much put any fee, and you would always get confirmed in the next block. There was never any congestion from the whole period, 2019 until about a year or so ago. You didn't need any fee estimation. You didn't need any visualizations. You didn't need any tools at all. This is a tweet by our good friend Catan. He says, 1 sat per VByte always. You'll die on this hill. And rip Catan, he's buried under that hill now. So our hypothesis at the time was that we knew the block space and the mempool space market would develop. Over time, Bitcoin adoption would increase, transaction count would increase, and demand for space in Bitcoin's blockchain would increase. So we knew we needed to make some tools, and this was going to be our contribution to Bitcoin. We know that every 4-year cycle, the demand for block space will continue to rise and rise and grow, and one day the mempool will just stop clearing altogether. And so we decided we're going to help the Bitcoin community transition into a multi-layer ecosystem by supporting this mempool visualization, fee estimation tools, and help these people move into the layer 2 for all these coffee transactions that are getting priced out of the blockchain. And secondary, we're going to support the development of the block space market. Some people call it the transaction fee market, but you're not buying fees, you're buying space in the blocks. So how are we going to accomplish this? We developed Bitcoin's first Mempool Explorer, but most importantly, we developed Bitcoin's first multi-layer Explorer. And this allows everyone to explore the full Bitcoin ecosystem, starting at the mempool, where you create your transaction, you get fees. Then when you broadcast it, it goes into the mempool, eventually gets picked up by a miner. And if that was used to fund a Lightning channel, you get the full Lightning ecosystem as well. And the way we served this to the community was we built our own ISP and set up lots of servers to operate Mempool Space. So you wouldn't have to use any trusted third parties to, chain analysis your data or anything. It's just us running it. And over the past 5 years, we did exactly that. We built servers all over the world, in California, in Washington, D.C., in Frankfurt, Tokyo. Now we have a new site in Singapore coming up. And most importantly, we published our software as one-click installation on all the popular Raspberry Pi full node distros. So you just go to your Umbrella App Store, bam, one click, you hit that install button, and you've got your own Mempool instance. And it works now on Umbrella, Raspberry Pi Blitz, Start9, Ronin Dojo, MyNote, all the big ones. And eventually, over time, we integrated with many wallets and mining pools and exchanges, and we arguably kind of achieved this goal of helping the Bitcoin community migrate to a multi-layer ecosystem. Everyone's using our Mempool dashboard. Everyone uses the visualizations. Everyone's getting their mining data from the mining dashboard and their blockchain visualizations. And a layer 2 Lightning dashboard has information about nodes and channels. So next part of the phase was auditing the miners, auditing the blocks that were mined. We came up with some really great visualizations. These are by Mononaut. And we save our block template every time a block gets mined. We audit it. We can see what happens, where these transactions censored, where there's transactions prioritized. And this is how we were able to audit the entire mining ecosystem. And this was all in preparation for the block space market developing. Over the past, I would say about 8 years, this is since 2016, we imported the data from another site. And you can see here these 3-4-year cycles where the first slide with that chart going up over time, you can see it now. It's happening. Our hypothesis is playing out. So the block space market is developing. But because the mempool is getting full, and people think that we run the mempool, we get about 9,000 messages every day. Help, my transaction is stuck. I've been waiting 20 minutes, and it's not confirmed yet. So we came up with a tool to help our users and help our community to get their transactions unstuck. Your transaction stuck, you remember, Mempool Accelerator fixes this. And this is our new service that we're launching today. As of today, anybody in the whole world can now fix their stuck transactions using Mempool Accelerator on Mempool Space. And we're happy to announce we're launching it with 5 mining pool partners in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Foundry, Mara, SBI Crypto, Spiderpool, and Ocean, making up 40% of the global Bitcoin hash rate. Everyone is going to work together to accelerate your stuck transactions and help you fix your problems. Thank you. So the Mempool Accelerator is built into the Mempool open source project and into the block visualizations and audit data. That purple transaction in this block is an accelerated transaction. The way it works is you go to any transaction, and you'll see this Mempool Accelerator bar here. Accelerate your transaction by pushing the purple button there, and you get a number of options. You can pay with Lightning Sats or fiat. We take Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Cash App Pay. You pay it, and your transaction is accelerated. Bam. Within a few minutes, it gets confirmed, and your problems are solved. It's that simple. No accounts, no KYC, no bullshit. It just works. Thank you. All of this is fully open and transparent. Our new acceleration dashboard visualizes all of the accelerated transactions so that you can see exactly what's going on. Here's a screenshot here. You can see that one tiny purple transaction in the block. You can see the fees over time of who's accelerating, how many transactions are being accelerated, and the ones being accelerated right now. If you mouse over this transaction here, it's got that purple accelerated tag to let you know what's going on. And all of this is integrated into our block audit functionality. So you don't need to trust us. You can run your own self-hosted instance of the Mempool open source project and audit our audit. So right here at the bottom, you got some purple transactions. They calculate exactly how many sats were paid to the mining pool. And your Umbrella will get the same numbers as Mempool Space. That's these out-of-band fees here paid to the mining pool. So if you're mining on a mining pool, you can audit that everything was done transparently and correctly. So how does Mempool Accelerator work? It's very simple. This feature is built into Bitcoin Core for a long time. We relay your acceleration request to the miners, and they just hit the prioritized transaction RPC on their block template generators, and your fee is bumped. We have a very simple UI where if you just need a transaction unstuck, you can push one button and pay it. Or for the advanced users, you can configure your maximum bids and try and save some money if you don't need it confirmed right away. You can just fee bump it a little bit. You're going to get this helpful pie chart here will show you which mining pools have accepted your acceleration request. And it works today, now, for the whole world. 4 payment methods: Lightning, Cash App Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, however you want to pay. Fix your transactions. So remember, if your transaction is stuck, Mempool Accelerator fixes this. Thank you very much.
Next year, we are bringing the Bitcoin conference to the American West, Las Vegas. The brightest minds in the world will converge to deliver Bitcoin history. Buy your tickets now at b.tc/conference/2025.